So now it's the new year, it's 2022, and I want to reflect on my year from 2021 and talk about some of the goals I have for 2022 since I really want to set intentions for this new year. And also I feel like if I put my goals out in the world and say it publicly on YouTube, that I'll actually remember and keep myself accountable for achieving these goals in the coming years. So without further ado, I'm going to get into my reflections for 2021. So in terms of 2021, there are a lot more specific events that I remember happening and hitting some of those goals, which I really want to share with you guys. So I said one of the biggest ones is starting this YouTube channel. And when I first started, I didn't really have a specific goal in mind. I just wanted to post consistently as much as possible so I can establish a routine and continue to post more content. So that's definitely something I want to continue next year. Another big thing was starting my internship at a company within product marketing and being able to land that return offer. That was also really huge, and that's something that I'm looking forward to in 2022. Something else that I did last year was, especially during COVID and quarantine, I got a lot more interested in learning more about money management and how that works. I've been reading a lot more books, watching videos, following different accounts online. And I think 2021 was also the year where I got a lot better at maintaining a fitness routine. Like I tried to exercise as much as I can every day. And now I just wanted to talk a little bit about how I'm thinking about my goal setting for 2022. So one of the first things I thought about when it came to setting goals for the new year is to think about a theme that I want my life to sort of represent in the new year. For me, it's about new beginnings because I'll be graduating and starting post-grad life. I'm also thinking about the general areas in my life that I want to improve on and specific accomplishments that I hope that I'll be able to see that I accomplished by the end of this year. So by December 31st, 2022, I really want to look back on this year and be able to see the things I've accomplished. I also want to use more tracking systems this year. So I'll talk about this in my 2022 goals in the next section, but I really want to use trackers to track my progress so I keep myself accountable. And an interesting quote that I read from a book called Atomic Habits is that if you get better at something by 1% every day, by the end of the year, your growth and improvement will be improved exponentially. So I found that super interesting, and hopefully some of the steps of how I'm thinking about setting goals for the new year also inspires you as well. So I want to take the time to go over my goals for this year, and I have everything written on my iPad, so I'll be reading off of this, and hopefully we'll have like some sort of thing on screen to show what each goal is to be easier for you guys to listen to. So I divided my goals into 3 sections. So I have personal, career/side hustles, and financial goals. So I'm gonna first go through the goals in my personal section. So one of the first ones is exercising at least 10 minutes per day. And I wrote this because I feel like, especially during last year before I went back to school in person, I would find myself sitting at home and just like forgetting to go on a walk or exercise because I'll just wake up and like lay in bed or like sit in my chair for most of my days. So I think by exercising at least 10 minutes a day, I'm at least moving, so I'm not just like sitting static. And my second one is working out at least 5 times per week. So beyond just the exercising, actually like doing some heavier workouts at least 5 times a week. So I feel like I've been pretty good at this the last year. I think I've established a routine where exercising and working out is no longer a chore and something that I actually enjoy doing. So hopefully I continue the streak of working out this year. I want to read at least 20 books. I just want to like keep learning new things. If you guys have any book recommendations, let me know down in the comments below. My next personal goal is to go on at least 2 trips. The entirety of quarantine and during the illness, I haven't really gotten the chance to travel anywhere outside of California. So I think actually I've been to 1 trip during school for a club retreat thing, but that didn't really count because we literally drove to the middle of nowhere and then drove back to school the same day. So I don't really count that as a trip, but hopefully I can travel more. Some of the places that I really want to go to are SoCal to see some of my friends, maybe a Vegas trip, And I really want to go to Europe over the summer because I've never been to Europe before, and that's somewhere that I really want to see eventually, so fingers crossed for that. I also really want to learn a new hobby because I feel like that's something that I've been neglecting in my life, and I want to find something that I want to do purely for fun and enjoyment. And I definitely, well, I guess I picked up a new hobby, which is YouTube, which is super fun, but also want to learn new skills and keep finding new things to do. So I don't know, maybe I've always been intrigued by the guitar and the ukulele. I've always wanted to learn that, but never really got around to doing that. So we'll see what happens this year. Another personal goal of mine is to create more moments and also live more in the moment, because definitely feel like with everything going on, it's definitely hard to do a lot of things. I just really want to live more in the moment and not worry too much about the future. So that's something that I hope to keep doing this year. So that's it for the personal goals. In terms of my next category, which is career/side hustle goals, well, this is not really a goal, but I'm graduating next year, so I want to finish strong, and then I'll be starting my new job in September of next year, so I'm excited just to explore the new chapter of my life. Also, generally just like navigating post-grad life and getting my life together, because I feel like, especially as a student, like my entire life has just been revolved around school and learning. And once I graduate, I feel like it's just something that I've never experienced before, so I really want to figure things out. In terms of other stuff related to YouTube, which is definitely something that I really want to keep growing. Last year, I didn't really have any goals in terms of my YouTube. I just want to post consistently, but this year, I really want to get to 10K subscribers on YouTube, which I definitely think is an achievable goal for this year. And in terms of posting consistently, I want to post at least 2 to 3 times a month. In terms of more content stuff, I really want to get better at maintaining a schedule for short form content, because I feel like that's where a lot of the growth happens. I definitely want to keep myself accountable to doing more short form content, so we'll see if that happens. And in terms of other career stuff, I definitely want to do more courses or certificates on anything related to my career or that will help me in my job next year. So I don't really know how it looks like yet, but there are opportunities that come up to learn or to gain knowledge. That's definitely something I want to prioritize. So my final category of goals is financials. So just go through this. This is much shorter than the other two. The first one is investing at least half of my income, so hopefully that I can make the money work for me and grow what I'm bringing in this year. I also want to have an expense tracker, because I feel like it's really hard when you're spending money. At least for me, I feel like I spend money and then I don't realize how much adds up when you swipe your card a certain number of times a month. So I really want to track my expenses to be able to see where the money goes and also the money that comes in. I guess in terms of tracking and spreadsheets, I want to build more tracking systems for other parts of my life too, like the books I read. I guess in terms of the expense tracking thing, just tracking my life in general, I think will help me build better incremental habits over time. So that's a goal that I really want to achieve this year and to keep maintaining throughout. I want to max out my Roth IRA, and I know this is getting like more technical in the financial stuff, but I was able to max it out super early in 2021, so this should be pretty doable for this year, especially that my income is going to go up this year. So these are the goals I set for myself in 2022. Hopefully this inspires you to also write down your goals for the new year, and hopefully we'll be able to hit them by the end of the year. At least for me, I'll be able to look back on this video and see what I've accomplished by the time the next year rolls around. So comment down below what some of your goals are for 2022, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit a like and don't forget to subscribe down below. Hope you guys have a happy and healthy 2022, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!